Welcome to the Rise Together podcast weekly hot take series. Every week, we're going to bring you powerful stories and strategies from leaders who are making a real impact by building stronger, more resilient communities. Get ready to be inspired, motivated, and equipped with the tools to thrive in both your personal and professional life.
Hi, everybody. It's Beth Almaris with the Foundation for Family and Community Healing. At the Foundation, we're really dedicated to helping individuals and organizations build strength and resilience through skills-based education. I'm excited. We have a great guest today, ZQ, who is the founder of Tech Camaraderie. How you doing today, ZQ?
Not bad. How about yourself, Beth?
I'm quite well, thank you. So thanks for joining me and sharing me a bit of your story. Let's start with, can you tell me a little bit about Tech Camaraderie?
Sure. So Tech Camaraderie is an advisory company, and we work founder to founder. The reason why we are doing it is because at this time in 2025, the biggest problem that my ICP, my ideal client portfolio, which is B2B services business, that is struggling with a certain kind of anxiety that this AI is going to wipe them off or take away their business, or maybe they can't scale because of it. So what I tend to do and what I try to do is I try to bring clarity to them. There's a certain reason that I let go all my employees, because the company Tech Camaraderie have been going since September 2021. But as we speak today is the first day when I am the only person who is employed by Tech Camaraderie. I push myself out as an advisor who work with B2B businesses that are feeling anxious. And all I bring to the table is clarity. And why do I do that? Because I've spent about 21 odd years in service business in UK, in Pakistan, serving USA, UK, Australia, and MENA market. So that's a little bit about my business and what I do, and I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah, that's great. So how many clients are you currently working with?
Right now, as we speak, okay, I think I've got 4 right now, and the maximum capacity that I work with is 8. There's a certain reason I'm working with 4. So here is how I divide my work. I work with 4 paid clients. These are the people, those who live outside of Pakistan. They pay me. And then there are 4 that I'm working with locally, one-on-one, pro bono. Those are all women. They're all part of a social enterprise that I run with my missus. And it's everything to do with art. So creativity, canvas, so literally 2 extremes. On one side, agentic AI and whatnot. On the other side, canvas and paint and brush and that thing. So this is how I'm kind of running my day.
Got it. So it's interesting you talk about these organizations, they're having anxiety over the future of their business. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Sure. So I'm coining this term based upon the Great Depression that the world have seen, right? All it was, the business model were changing, the money, how we spend, that was changing. This time around, it's a little different. The reason I'm calling it anxiety is more fear of missing out than anything else. So a genuine example, let's say one of my customer, without naming the name, a lady who was born bred in UK, went to NHS, became like a mental health psychology therapist there, and then got offered a job in UAE. She took the plunge, landed in UAE, and unfortunately, the contract wasn't favorable anymore. And there were 2 choices: either go back to UK, look for a job, which is not favorable when you're 30 odd. Also, the other option was start a business without knowing anything about marketing, about business development, about how IT work, and everything else that comes with modern day business. So when she came to me, she was confused. The only thing I helped her to do is demystify what's happening in the world. Because AI or agentic AI is not going to take away anything. It's only going to amplify what we are doing today. So if you're a good professional, you understand what you are doing, technology is there to serve you. And what I did with my business, which is letting go, extra people, making it lean, I'm practically teaching that to every other entrepreneur who is aligned with my values, who is trying to use technology for the greater good and would like to become a self-sustainable business. I hope I've answered your question, Beth.
So it's interesting because here in the US, we are kind of having a mild panic about AI across industries.
Yeah.
And it's something that I know a lot of job seekers are really struggling with because so many companies are now using AI to scan all the resumes. So people are really even having a hard time getting past the system. So intellectually, we can hear that, it's should be aligned with us and it's here to help. But I think because it's also new, that anxiety is very real. And
Indeed.
I don't think anything but time can show us that what the
Agreed.
outcomes are going to be,
I
right?
totally agree with you. Time is the biggest healer. However, as a human being, we need human to human connections. We need people like myself, those who are older than them, have been in trenches a lot longer than them, have been into consultancies, all the flashy, pinstripe suit things, telling them, listen, guys, it's okay. We have seen recession. I practically left UK because my first venture got liquidated because of the recession in 2009. I moved from UK to Pakistan. I was the youngest in the family. Everyone was like, Z, are you sure you're gonna go and live in Pakistan? I was like, yeah, why not? When I landed here, it was 2010, which means the uh, the fourth industrial revolution, which it was starting. So I landed in Pakistan, literally 30-year-old, first job, working for a company that was trying to provide cheap technology labor to American market. Spent about 2.5 years there, and then found myself a job in a company based in Pakistan, which was trying to replicate what we see as LinkedIn today. LinkedIn is a big thing today, but in 2012, 2013, the LinkedIn founder gave money to my founder, who was in Pakistan, an MIT grad, to go out and build it for Pakistan. So I've seen it all, literally knocking doors, telling people, hey guys, can I show you this technology? It will help you, find a job. And people were naysayers. So I'm a sales guy who go and talk and understand what other person is trying to say empathetically. No one is against technology. People are against change. And if you understand change as a system, right, the first person who need to change is you yourself. So internal change. If the internal change is not happening, which is a lot more psychological, a lot more, to do with how you look at things, how you react to them, right? Only then you can change your approach towards what's happening. So agentic AI or generative AI or AI in general is no more than another technology, which is here. We need to acknowledge it. We need to understand what's going on. We need to understand how I or my customer can utilize it for their own good, right? And as far as you're empathetic, you understand what you bring to the table as a human, because these are the things which AI or technology is not doing, right? AI cannot tell you that how to be humane. As you mentioned in your example, that people are struggling to get past the technology. It's called ATS, right? I don't want to get into the jargon, but there's a technology which is going through a million of CVs, telling me as a recruiter that out of these million people, these 500,000 are shortlisted because of one reason. You just give it simply, it's literally Excel, right? So 1,000 numbers, out of those, maybe 4 or 5 are good. So a technology or a system is as good as its user. If the recruiter is good, they understand what the job description is, what are the KPIs that their company need to evaluate. There's a whole thought process that went into a company. They understand how to value their resources and how to make them learn quickly, they can literally upskill their resources to use that technology and get rid of the noise, right? Because with generative AI, what's happening is everyone, literally everyone, is generating a lot of data, right? So if you travel back in time and let's say 10 years ago, if you and I had to do something, the very first thing that we did was hopped on Google, understand what everyone else did around it, right? Then use our own management kind of frameworks or frameworks that we have developed over the time or we have seen people other using, apply on it. And then there's always A/B testing, right? So let's say if we are trying to travel from one place to another, there are a number of ways that we can do it, right? Are we doing it cost effective way? Okay, maybe hop on a bus. If the time is of essence, maybe hop on a jet, maybe hire a private jet. So these are like bunch of all outcomes that are available even today. It's still human, those who are handing over money to other human to take away the pain. I hope I'm making sense, and I'm trying my level best to demystify it for the audience here. Correct me if I'm like doing a good job, or if you want me to go and dive further deeper into it. Beth.
No, I don't think we need to go deeper into it. It is just, it's such a relevant and timely topic for sure. Where do you think your industry is going in the next, let's say, 5 years? Things are changing so quickly.
Okay. So, like any other change, like any other revolution that come into this universe, initially there's a lot of noise. So everyone is talking about it, voices, 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 applications, 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 and you being a business owner who have got like a literally shoestring budget, right? You are struggling. You just don't know who to trust because your best friend is an IT guy and they are actually telling you that their job is perhaps, maybe in, is changing, right? Maybe they cannot hire two more resources anymore. Maybe they are required to, by their company management, to hire to buy a subscription, which is $20. So $20 versus $8,000. That's what's in their brain, and they're giving you their mind share about it. Maybe you are just a recruiter who actually will always be recruiting the right people. And your job is actually getting easier that out of everyone who has got like an account on LinkedIn, you can reach to every single one. However, there are filters. There's technology which is going to give you the understanding. There are tests that you can run and then come up with like 12 people that you actually going to pick up phone and ask them valid questions. Those questions are still valid today, right? Because they're life experiences, right? If you're using a management framework to to understand what this person has been up to, old school STER star model questions, right? They're still in fashion. Maybe technology can do it for you because you have got like a whole website or a whole MCQ based test, which your people that you're recruiting, they need to go through, pass at a certain level. You can literally integrate whatever psychometric analysis you wanna put into your screening mechanism before a person is or you are presented a list of 10 people that you need to speak with. Previously, it was happening maybe say in a week. Today, it can happen in 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Previously, we were relying heavily, heavily, heavily on human, on old school technologies, but now AI or agentic AI is making it happen literally in seconds. So all I'm trying to say is industry is going towards betterment instead of a lot of mediocre people, a lot of pen pushers, a lot of people those who just are a victim of coffee machine. Uh, Maybe not a good example. People those who are just there for the fun of it, they won't be required anymore. They need to go upskill themselves, reskill themselves, and get back into the new competitive world. Right now, as we speak, America is struggling, Canada is struggling, UK is struggling. So, emerging market, new markets, established market, everyone is struggling. Henceforth, I was coining the terminology, it's a great anxiety. No more, no less. More you spend time with it, easier it will be for you to understand, oh, there is this thing good, there is that thing good, and I can use these two things, club it with my own common sense, and amplify my things. Today, I'm a solopreneur. Talk to me. When I started the company, I was trying to build a company which has like 50 consultants as good as me. But today, I don't need them. It's just me who's needed, right? And then, in order for me to remain self sustainable, all I need to do is do a very good job with 4 people every quarter. If I did a good job, if I transferred all the information that I have, if I've given them the the real use of technology, they're self-sustainable, they're not spending a lot of money on marketing, and they're doing their job rather well. They will go out and talk to another 4 people, and they will send me people. And this is how my business is where it is today. I don't spend, I mean, today, up until today, I have to spend $1 on any kind of marketing. And guess what? I've been going for a very long time now.
Really interesting. Well, thank you so much, ZQ. If folks are interested in learning more, how can they find you?
Oh, I'm very searchable. My name is literally a tongue twister, Zeeshan Qedwaee. If you Google me, I'm the only one who's going to come up. I'm available on LinkedIn. My website is up, techcamaraderie.com. I've got like a US number, a US WhatsApp. I live in Pakistan, but I'm a digital nomad. I could literally be seen in next tech conference in MENA or UK, depend.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time. And thank you to our listeners.
Thank you for joining us today on our Rise Together podcast weekly hot take series. We hope you've been inspired by today's stories and strategies for building stronger, more resilient communities. Remember, resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about growing through every challenge to become bigger and better. If you've enjoyed this episode, please make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with somebody who could benefit from these insights. Stay connected, stay resilient, and we'll see you next time.